First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to fellowship with you again. It's been a few years since we've actually been in the same space, but no matter how we're together, it's always magic. So I appreciate that with you. I guess I should start really at the beginning. Long story short, writing has always been like breathing for me. I wrote my first poem when I was maybe like 8 years old. I was in junior high and high school on the newspaper, the yearbook, and of course, graduated to pursuing journalism as a career, wanting to do something with this gift that I had, and eventually found my way into the world of fiction, thanks to Mitchell and Raheem, aka the world over knows them as Pookie and Little Bit. The catalyst for specifically B-Boy Blues, my first novel, I happened to have been at Newsweek in the arts department. This was the summer of 1993. And I was an intern, but they gave it a fancy name, research fellow. So basically I did all the research for most of the staff writers. One of the editors asked me to read books that they were not familiar with, or from authors they were not familiar with. And if something caught my eye and they had the room, they might allow me to review it and maybe even do a short Q&A with the author. And well, after a couple of weeks, I was severely depressed because I wasn't seeing myself in any of those books. And it became clear in that moment that if I wanted to see something on a bookshelf that reminded me of me and brothers like myself, I would have to write it myself. And hence 4 months later, B-Boy Blues was born. So I think the play happened because I was kind of antsy waiting for the movie to happen. Oh. And a friend of mine said, well, why don't you just turn it into a play? And I said, well, I don't know anything about writing plays. Well, that never stopped you when you didn't know anything about writing novels. So I did. It's kind of like it when I watched the play for the very first time, and in fact, in that first performance here in New York City, our Mitchell was DeLon Burnside.
Yes. Pole's fame. Yeah.
Right. And he was actually cast as Mitchell basically at the last moment, because we were holding auditions in New York, and he emailed me the night before our auditions, and someone had told him about it, and he was a student at the time, and I guess he wanted to get his feet wet in theater. And I said, okay, well, I'll send you the slides and just prepare the verse and a chorus of a song. And he came in the next day and just knocked it out of the park. I mean, Stanley and I looked at each other and it's like, wow, a star is born. And we were right, because look where he is today. So seeing folks step into the skins of these characters in a way that I hoped they would, but then also taking those characters in different directions where I never thought they could be taken. Yeah. Wow, what a blessing that has been over these past dozen years. So we're aiming for an official off-Broadway and then a Broadway run. So let's keep our fingers and our toes crossed on that one. Face attached to it in order for people to realize that, yes, it's real. And so I hit the road, and much of it on on my own dime just to ensure that the community knew that this was for us. So, and it's always been that way. So, I mean, if folks are interested in booking me for an event, it can be a book event, or it could be, you could screen the movie. It can be a talk back. And for those folks who know people who can truly write some checks, we can bring the play to your city. Because we still haven't hit LA and Boston and Chicago and much of Florida. So we're open to it. So let's make it happen. It wasn't until Jussie Smollett that things really kicked into gear. So let me just say, I watch the film every day.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
And I watch it every day. Well, no, I don't actually watch it every day, but it is indeed on every day. Sometimes it's just, the music for me. Like, I'll just turn on music. Well, it's music for me. I'll just turn it on and I'll just go about my business and do what I'm doing at home. But sometimes I'm actually sitting down and watching it for me. And sometimes I'm watching it for those who are no longer here. I'll catch myself laughing at something that I've never laughed at before. And I realize I'm laughing because this brother or this sister would have laughed, who is no longer with us. So that makes it a very surreal.
Did you get to play a role in the musical selection?
Well, Jussie and I both agreed that the soundtrack should be very much like a waiting to exhale thing. That all the artists are Black, same gender loving.
Okay.
And that their songs specifically speak to our lived experiences. And the gentleman who was really spearheading all of that, the brilliant Duran Bernard.
Oh my goodness, I missed that. Okay.
The world can't survive without art and artists. And especially in times like these, it is so important that you nurture and amplify your voice, whatever it is that you do. As a writer, nothing I have created in my almost 60 years on this earth.
That's a good looking 60.
Thank you. Has created the kind of communion that B-Boy Blues has. Because they're going to see a reflection of themselves. And in a climate where we are literally being erased, it is so important that we be loud and proud. So.
Well, brother, whew, right there with you, coming in your wake, trying to.
Oh, yeah. Well, take good care of yourselves, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually.